I have one right now where it's just, it's a fire, it's, it's proof that this sold his home, this home was sold, and, I need 1040s, and I was like, it's a W-2 employee, but they found an LLC somewhere that he owns, so that's just, exactly,
So those things that you can only really learn from through experience, and so like, just button up your questions when it comes to income, right? So like, where most LOs will say, what do you do for work? They'll say, I'm an engineer. Okay, got it, engineer, how much do you make? 115 grand, got it, 115, and move on to the next question, right? Buttoning up, it goes a little bit more defined because you've been burned before, right? So another way to button it up would be like, oh, that's awesome, how long have you been with your company? You're looking for 2 years of employment history, right? So say 3 years, got it, they pay you a W-2 or 1099, right? Oh, I get paid a W-2, but because you brought up 1099, now I'm influenced to tell you, oh, I have 1099 income though. Get it? And that's where you find out the LLC and this guy's a contractor, so on and so forth. And then that will save you time because then you'll be like, okay, 1099, I got to make sure he's not writing off the income to where his W-2 is now at a loss of income. Got it? Because then that creates the fires. And so basically you redirect the conversation to control it more, get the documents in, have ILA scenarios, bless it, have it pre-underwritten in a sense, and then determine to put more time into it. Right? Because the reason why it seems like you don't have a lot of time is because there's more time than necessary being put in areas that is really draining your time, right? So you're spending a lot of time, it's not your fault, you just don't really, you don't have the experience. But learn from everything that right now is burning up your time. And so next time you go around, say, how could I have overcome that? How could I avoid that the next time? And the next time is really just breaking it down. And so if you get processing questions like, hey, his overtime is inconsistent, then look back and say, okay, well, how did I ask him that question? And most of the time you're gonna see, it's like you took a lump sum and you divided by 12, right? So buttoning up the question would be more like, okay, so you earn 115, how much of that is just salary? Oh, that's 80,000 salary, got it. And so about 35 of it is overtime? About 25 and they get a 10K bonus. Now it brings on other questions, right? Because you need a 2-year history of overtime and then also consistency of bonuses. Otherwise, you can't even use it, right? So there's plenty of times where I've had conversations where overtime is a new thing, right? Oh no, I rarely work overtime, or no, it just started this year because our company grew. So I have to ignore that, right? Because if I use it, we have a biased opinion because we want to use it because it makes our deal work, right? But at the same time, we got to also find things that are going to kill the deal because that's going to drain your time later on. When it gets back to the processing, then your processor is hitting you with all these conditions. And then now you have a lot of red appointments on your calendar, which are basically fires, and you need to stop and put them out.
Connected to SalesRemastered.